This thief thought he could pull off a quick robbery until he ran into a trained MMA fighter. By the time it was over, the only thing the thief managed to steal was a one-way ticket to the jail. This guy was already having a terrible day, but it got even worse when he tried to hide from the police and picked the absolute wrong person, Sean Strickland. What happened next? Let's just say the robber went through both a mental and physical breakdown he'll never forget. The way he walks out tells me the dude was just waiting for someone to f**k with him. A masked robber came in looking for money, but left without his phone, his gun, and most importantly, with the worst ass-whooping of his life. The reason why these martial arts guys are so calm and collected is because they know that they can fold you faster than a lawn chair. This next guy was the definition of a coward. He smacked an elderly man and ran off thinking he could get away with it. But the restaurant owner wasn't about to let that slide. He chased the guy down, and once he caught him, he and his girlfriend made sure he got the beating he deserved. When an armed robber tried holding up a gas station, he probably thought he had the upper hand, until he ran into a former Marine.
Marine Corps taught me not to mess around.
This thief thought robbing a butcher shop in Mexico would be easy, until a real-life cowboy stepped in. With lightning-fast reflexes, he tackled the guy and pinned him down like a wild bull. Safe to say, the robber messed with the wrong cowboy.
Hey, old man, give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Holding up a store owner at gunpoint seems like a foolproof plan, until you realize who else is in the store. That savior right there was a local mafia in town, known for his notorious acts and had years of experience dealing with greedy punks like this guy. When a guy tried to snatch a girl's phone, a passerby jumped in at the perfect moment and took the thief down. This next officer was in the middle of an interview, but his instincts were razor sharp. Causing trouble is one thing, but causing trouble in a mixed martial arts gym, that's just straight up stupidity. The instructor wasn't having any of it. He slammed the troublemaker to the ground and pinned him there until the police showed up. These store owners weren't playing around. The moment a guy tried to rob their shop, they hit him with bear spray. As he tried to run, the owner grabbed him and gave him a good spanking. Then his wife jumped in to make sure he really got the message. This armed robber thought he had the upper hand until he met an MMA-trained employee. He walked in for easy money but left with a hard lesson instead. This guy was already causing trouble outside a store, but he took it too far when he stormed in and punched a female employee. One of the customers happened to be a self-defense coach, and he didn't hold back.
2 seconds later.
That ain't me, Joe. Please, bro, that ain't me, Joe.
Another guy tried to sneak some chewing gum into his pocket, only to be knocked out by a torrent of Sikh moves just seconds later.
Yeah, nah, that's game over. You're being dragged off to the cop shop, mate.
Stealing a car is already a dumb idea, but stealing a UFC fighter's car? That's next level stupid. When a police suspect proved too quick to catch, a random civilian decided to step up. Now he may not have made it as a pro track star, but his speed came in clutch when he outran the suspect and took him down. Moments like these prove that there's no such thing as off-duty for some cops, whether they're on the clock or just enjoying a late night. Looks like some thieves have no shame. One of them snatched an elderly woman's purse, but a real-life hero wasn't having it. He chased the guy down and made sure he learned a lesson he wouldn't forget. This guy thought he could get away after stealing a woman's bike, but he caught the attention of a real-life cowboy, and in true cowboy fashion, he lassoed the thief and tied him to a tree until the police arrived.
Stop him, he stole my bike, And I kind of look around, and then all of a sudden this guy goes whizzing by me on a bicycle.
This guy definitely picked the wrong house to rob. He barged in with a shotgun, but the moment he pointed it at the girlfriend, her boyfriend snapped into action, tackling him and wrestling the gun away. The thief ran off empty-handed, and without his $2,000 shotgun. To make it even funnier, after getting thrown out, he actually had the nerve to come back and ask for his gun back. You don't always need big muscles or fancy weapons to fight off a robber. Sometimes the most unexpected things do the trick, and this was one of those moments. While most people might freeze during a robbery, this woman did the exact opposite. When a thief stormed into her store, she didn't back down. Instead, she grabbed the closest thing she could find, a broom, and went full gladiator mode on him. This guy thought he was intimidating when he walked into a store waving a cleaver, but he clearly underestimated the wrong woman. Instead of panicking, she grabbed a rag and smacked him around like she was cleaning up a mess. Safe to say, she wiped out the problem fast. This next Muay Thai fighter was in the right place at the right time when a guy tried to snatch a kid in a park. Wasting no time, he sprang into action and took the kidnapper down in seconds. Even UFC middleweight Kevin Holland once stepped in to help police catch a car thief. When an MMA fighter discovered his car had been stolen, he didn't just call the cops. He took matters into his own hands in the most unexpected way. Now this might be one of the smartest and craziest defenses we've seen. A couple of guys thought they could rob a gas station, but the cashier had other plans. Come on guys, more than 99% of you haven't subscribed yet. What are you waiting for? Go hit that subscribe button. This next guy walked into the store with a big knife thinking he was in control, but he left with a bruised ego after getting his ass kicked by a fryer basket and a group of fearless employees. This armed robber thought he could make a run for it, but he didn't see the grandpa coming. Without missing a beat, the old-timer casually stuck out his leg and sent the guy crashing to the ground. This bank robber thought he had the perfect plan, until a window cleaner saw right through his fake gun. When 4 armed men were chasing a teenager, a brave store owner stepped in. He quickly let the kid inside, then stood his ground in front of the attackers, refusing to let them through. When a suspicious guy walked up to a house and grabbed the packages, the neighbors knew something was off. Without hesitation, they chased him down, running nearly a mile before finally catching the thief. Just as this thief was making her getaway, her own accomplice ditched her in the middle of the street, leaving her completely stranded. That's when a badass nanny stepped in, tackling her to the ground like a pro. The thief desperately tried to escape, but the nanny's grip was unbreakable, and before long, the wannabe criminal literally started crying.